This accursed itch. It's been bothering me for days.
Thane Bryling, what do you have to report about the state of
I
Hafingar's
swear,
defenses?
these seats are about as
The news is the same as it's been for the rest of the war, Your Grace. Our borders are secure, but at the cost of the guards of our towns and roads.
I don't see any reason why we'd need them. As long as those dogs stay outside of our borders, we're fine.
The Stormcloaks are far from the only threat to the hold. The roads are beset by bandits and beasts, and now there's even talk of bloody dragons.
My dear Bryling, barring any fancy and folly, the good people of Hafingar are surely capable of dealing with the odd highwayman or stray dog.
Trouble on the roads and cities means less commerce. Less commerce means less money and more starving people. And that means more crime.
Huh. That's only a problem for people who can't afford to hire their own security.
That may well be our only answer. I will empower my steward to seek out capable individuals to secure Hafingar. Thank you, my Thanes.
The Imperials are good for business, and business is good for Skyrim.
Steward, when is my appointment to meet with General Tullius?
About time you got here.
Speak about.
I'm not accustomed to dealing with people who are unreliable. That's why I asked Delvin to send me his best.
Again? He can't simply cancel an
That's
appointment
more like it.
tomorrow. He
Nothing
serves
raises my ire more than having an agreement broken. It's bad for business, and it wastes time. Captain Volf of the Dainty Slode has decided to test my patience on this matter by neglecting to honor a trade agreement we had established. I need you to help me show him the error of his ways by sneaking on board the Slode and planting some contraband.
I have an idea that might help to bolster
You'll need to get your hands on some Balmora Blue from Sabine Niet down by the docks. She's the first mate on another ship, the Red Wave. Once you get your hands on it, I want you to plant it in Captain Volf's footlocker. I'll take care of the rest. Captain Volf is ashore right now, and I want the authorities waiting for him when he gets back.
Now get going. I don't want to see your face until the job's done.
I must protest my yard.
Not sure. I know that it starts with moon sugar, but all sorts of other ingredients are added to increase its potency.
Oh, very well.
Used to be a lucrative underworld commodity when Balmora was still standing. Now the stuff is beyond valuable. It's also very illegal. Anyone caught with Balmora Blue looks forward to rotting in jail for a
There's
very
something that's
long
been troubling me,
time.
Falk. I'm hesitant to share
I
it,
must
but I
return to
feel
the
that I
court.
must.
They simply can't
Speak
make
your
do
mind,
without
Bryling.
me.
You're among friends here.
You know that I support the Empire, as we all do.
Spiced wine, the taste of home and heart.
You reek! A little friendly advice. Take a bath and get some new clothes. Well then, you're talking to the right person. I'm the only one left in Tamriel that can get my hands on it. It's damn near impossible to find anymore. You want to buy it off of me? I'm afraid not. How else can a poor, overworked sailor like myself expect to earn a living? I'm sorry you feel my illegal contraband is overpriced. Look, you want it, I got it. You know the price, so talk to me when you want to cough up the gold.
My father was all the family I ever had. I felt so lost when he died. But the crew of the Red Wave's my family now.
I.e. smear, you won't leave here alive! If you want anything in this life, you gotta take it.
Dum dum dee 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 dum 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 dee 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 dum 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 dee 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 dum 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 dee dee dum dum.
Men aren't good or bad. They're just men. Honor can't feed hungry people, unfortunately.
We've been here so long, and what do we have to show for it?
Keep a song in your heart and a blade in your boot, Doss said. Smart man.
The Jarls and the city guards. They'll never understand.
Mead. Killing to get some beer every now and then. Stupid bees and their stupid honey. Two threes? What was he thinking? Fool never saw me pull that ace out of my boot.
Why is it always so cold? Most women would rather die than steal, but I've got a hungry
My
daughter to
little
feed.
heart.
Nothing else matters
That brat ain't
anymore.
mine. Could be anyone's. Won't get one rusty septim from me.
What's a milk drinker like me?
Fast time to get
Time
lost.
to end this little
That can
game.
be arranged.
mother says I shouldn't play with you anymore.
Steward Falk, I have a task for you. I want to begin stockpiling food and water in the event we
The
come under
Imperials are
siege,
good for
and I would
business,
like you
and
to oversee
business
this
is good
work
for
personally.
Skyrim. Yes, I know. In fact, by now, Captain Wolf should be on his way to the prisons. Our contract is complete. Here's a token of my gratitude for your efforts. Oh, convey my compliments to Delvin for me. Tell him I'll be happy to reopen whatever doors he needs in Solitude. I must return to the court. They simply can't make do without me.
A wise course of action, my Jarl. However, we have little food or water to spare.
General Tullius will never allow that. He's ordered all surplus food to be given over for the war effort.
General Tullius.
If I needed something from you, you would know it.
Or have you forgotten your oaths of fealty?
So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Jarl Elisif, I was thinking only of the importance of the war effort.
There's no need for an apology, and you're right about the war. Perhaps this is a matter best discussed with the General in person.
I will make the arrangements, my Jarl.
Thane Bryling, what do you have to report about the state of Hafingar's defenses?
The news is the same as it's been for the rest of the war, Your Grace. Our borders are secure, but at the cost of the guards of our towns and roads.
I don't see any reason why we'd need them. As long as those dogs stay outside of our borders, we're fine.
The storm.
Take care of yourself, and always remember, the world is ripe with people looking to spill your blood.
And beasts. And now there's even talk of bloody dragons.
My dear Bryling, barring any...
Be quick. I have little patience for spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
The odd highwayman or stray dog.
Trouble on the roads and cities means less commerce. Less
Stay
commerce
guarded.
means
You
less
never know
money
what
and
could be
more
out there.
starving people. And that means more crime.
Huh. That's only a problem for people who can't afford to hire their own security.
That may well be our only answer. I will empower my steward to seek out capable individuals to secure Hafingar. Thank you, my Thanes.
Still have quite a good bit of jobs available, if you're looking for some extra coin. Erica assures me that Captain Wolf will spend pretty much the rest of his life clapped in irons. Best of all, he's also pledged to open doors for us in Solitude and to get things rolling again. The guild's at full strength, and we have you to thank for it. We've had our share of dark times, and now they seem like a distant memory. I'm gonna tell you something you'll never hear me say again, and if you tell anyone I told you, I'll deny it. When you walk through the guild, don't be ashamed to hold your head high, 'cause you're the best damn thief in the place. There's plenty more work for the likes of you.
I sell all sorts of poisons for almost every occasion.
That's some good armor you've put together. Need your weapon repaired? Or could I interest you in a new one? The finest weapons and armor. Aye.
Before we get down to business, I've got something I need you to do. Well, as you know, the guild's growing and things are looking up around here. The only thing we're lacking is a reliable way to transport our merchandise across Skyrim. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but there are several Khajiit caravans that travel across the realm. They're shrewd traders and don't mind getting their hands dirty. I've bartered with their leader, Rasaad, on more than one occasion. Actually, I want you to bring him something. You see, the caravans are notorious for transporting illegal substances. Present Rasaad with this satchel of moon sugar, and I bet my last septum he'll make a deal. Rasaad is the head of a small syndicate of independent merchant families. Each caravan is obliged to pay dues, but in return, a small portion of the profits are shared between them, and the leader parcels out the routes. If we could make contact with them, they could provide an excellent way to inconspicuously transport goods for us. You'll find Rasaad with his caravan group. Just don't do anything stupid when you get there.
Need a few spare septums? I got the cure right here. You think you're finished? I've got plenty more where that came from.
Good. You're finally here. I've scouted the ruins and I'm certain Karliah is still inside. No, I found her horse. Don't worry, I've taken care of it. She won't be using it to escape. Let's get moving. I want to catch her inside while she's distracted. Take the lead. Just make certain you keep your eyes open. Karliah is as sharp as a blade. The last thing I need is you blundering into a trap and warning her that we're here. She was a stubborn Dunmer. Always had to do everything her way. But she was also the best, bringing in more coin a month than some thieves heist in a year. Gallus trusted her too much and let her get too close. If you want to call it that, yes. Me? I think she was softening him for the kill. Gallus would call her his little nightingale. He was absolutely smitten by her. Greed? Jealousy? Spite? Who can say what drove her to such an iniquitous act? One thing's certain, I intend to find out before she draws her last breath. I have a long-standing arrangement with the Dark Brotherhood. If I need someone in the guild taken care of, we do it ourselves. We both agree it's best to keep these matters in-house. 25 years ago, I was standing outside these very same ruins. Gallus told me to meet here, but he wouldn't say why. When I arrived, Gallus stepped from the shadows. Before he uttered a sound, an arrow pierced his throat. Before I could even draw my blade, her second arrow found its mark in my chest. Karliah was a master marksman, and her greatest weapon was the element of surprise. I was lucky. She missed my heart by mere inches. I staggered away from the ruins and my vision began to blur. It's then that I realized the bitch had poisoned her arrows. The last thing I saw was Karliah dumping his body into an opening atop the ruins. An unceremonious end for a remarkable man. To this day, I've regretted allowing her to escape, even if it meant I had died trying. I owed Gallus that much. The guild was thrown into disarray. Several stepped up and tried to claim Gallus's former position as guildmaster. Sides quickly formed behind these men and the Ratway became a bloodbath. I saw what they did to Gallus. I wanted to use the guild's resources to hunt down Karliah. The others didn't even care he was gone. Fortunately, I persevered, and the other groups were either killed or they left Skyrim. The infighting had taken months to subside, which gave her time to go into hiding and carefully cover her tracks. I spent thousands of septums and used every contact at my disposal. But it was as if she had simply vanished. Like I said before, she was the best. Have your weapon at the ready. I'm certain Karliah knows we're here. They say that these ancient Nordic burial mounds are sometimes impenetrable. This one doesn't look too difficult. Quite simple, really. I don't know what the fuss is about these locks. All it takes is a bit of know-how, not a lot of skill. That should do it. After you. In here. This place smells of death. Be on your guard. Pull the chain over there and watch out for the spikes. Looks like Karliah reset all of the traps. Your feeble attempt to hide is insulting. How disappointing. Death will be my triumph! You can't hide from me! You breathe your last! Oh, damn. Making this too easy! Your blood will adorn my blade! There's 2 more of them ahead. Who's there? You can't hide from me. You mean nothing! That was hardly worth my... Who's there? Life is mine! So ends the lesson. Bone chimes. Rat nearly in the corner. Your engine. You mean nothing! something's near. So ends the lesson. So it begins. Nothing! I've killed legions like you. Your life is mine! Is that the best you can do? Something that was hardly worth my time. Who's there? Your feeble attempt to hide is insulting. Karliah always was a nimble minx. Slipping past these Draugr must have been child's play for her. What was that? Your feeble attempt to hide is insulting. You breathed your last! You need nothing! Is that the best you can do? Who's there? We're on the right track. She's been through here as well. Your blood will adorn my blade! Your end is near! So ends the lesson. Door up ahead. Looks perfect for hiding an ambush. Be ready. Something's near. On your corpse! You breathed your last! That was hardly worth my time. Ah, it's one of the infamous Nordic puzzle doors. How quaint. Without the matching claw, they're normally impossible to open. Since I'm certain Karliah already did away with it, we're on our own. Fortunately, these doors have a weakness if you know how to exploit it. Quite simple, really. Karliah is close, I'm certain of it. Now let's get moving. you honestly think your arrow will reach me before my blade finds your heart?
Give me a reason to try.
You're a clever girl, Karliah. Buying Golden Glow Estate and funding Haunting Brew Meadery was inspired.
To ensure an enemy's defeat, you must first undermine his allies. It was the first lesson Gallus taught us.
You always were a quick study.
Not quick enough, otherwise Gallus would still be alive.
Gallus had his wealth and he had you. All he had to do was look the other way.
Did you forget the oath we took as Nightingales? Did you expect him to simply ignore your methods?
Enough of this mindless banter. Come, Karliah. It's time for you and Gallus to become reunited.
I'm no fool, Mercer. Crossing blades with you would be a death sentence. But I can promise the next time we meet, it will be your undoing.
How interesting. It appears Gallus's history has repeated itself. Karliah has provided me the means to be rid of you, and this ancient tomb becomes your final resting place. But do you know what intrigues me the most? The fact that this was all possible because of you. Farewell. I'll be certain to give Brynjolf your regards.
Easy. Easy. Don't get up so quickly. How are you feeling? No. I saved your life. My arrow was tipped with a unique paralytic poison. It slowed your heart and kept you from bleeding out. Had I intended to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. My original intention was to use that arrow on Mercer, but I never had a clear shot. I made a split-second decision to get you out of the way, and it prevented your death. Without the antidote I administered, you'd be as still as a statue. I treated your wounds and didn't leave you defenseless. The poison on that arrow took me a year to perfect. I only had enough for a single shot, and yet I used it on you. All I had hoped was to capture Mercer alive. Mercer must be brought before the Guild to answer for what he's done. He needs to pay for Gallus's murder. My purpose in using Snowvale Sanctum to ambush Mercer wasn't simply for irony's sake. Before both of you arrived, I recovered a journal from Gallus's remains. I suspect the information we need is written inside. I wish I knew. The journal is written in some sort of language I've never seen before. Enther. Gallus's friend at the College of Winterhold. Of course. The only outsider Gallus trusted with the knowledge of his Nightingale identity. There were three of us. Myself, Gallus, and Mercer. We were an anonymous splinter of the Thieves Guild in Riften. Perhaps I'll tell you more about it later. Right now, you need to head for Winterhold with the journal and get the translation. Here, take these as well. They may prove useful for your journey. I'm afraid not. There are preparations to make, and Gallus's remains to lay to rest. I promise to join you there as soon as I can. Mercer lied to the Guild, branded me a murderer, and slandered my name across his network of contacts. For 25 years I ran, never sleeping in the same place twice and carefully covering my tracks. Mercer doesn't need to die. He needs to feel the cold sting of fate as his life crumbles in front of him and he's hunted by the Guild. I can promise you, if it comes to that, and my back's to the wall, I won't hesitate. He was a scholar, a master thief, and a natural leader. Everyone respected him and followed him without question. It was Gallus who inducted me into the Nightingales, and honed my skills to a razor-sharp point. I owe everything to him. We were very close. Gallus once said he felt comfortable around me, able to let his guard down. I can't help but think that I'm responsible for what happened to him. Remember, speak only to Enther. Trust no one else.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish. Never should have come here. Just a scratch. Filthy bitch! Filthy raw. I'll see you burn!
I'm sorry, could you describe the smell?
Like some horrible monster was turned inside out and then exploded. What did you do?
It was a minor miscalculation. I've already corrected it for future experiments.
This is why people have a problem with your college, Nelagar. Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out. If there's anything you need, just let me know. That's right. College of Interval, just north of town. Hard to miss. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Yes, what is it? Karliah? Then she's finally found it. Do you have Gallus's journal? A problem? Let me see it. Ah, this is just like Gallus. A dear friend, but always too clever for his own good. He's written all of the text in the Falmer language. No. However, I know someone who might. The court wizard of Markarth, Calselmo, may have the materials you need to get this journal translated. A word of warning. Calselmo is a fierce guardian of his research. Getting the information won't be easy. Besides the fact that there are only a handful of people in Tamriel that even recognize the language, I'm fairly certain he was planning some sort of a heist that involved a deep understanding of the Falmer language. Sadly, we never had the opportunity to speak about the details. Ironically, I pointed him in the same direction I pointed you, to Markarth and Calselmo. I'm only hoping whatever means he used to learn the language will still be available to you. He was a dear friend of mine, and a surprisingly astute pupil of academia. I was devastated when he was killed. I suppose that risk always coexisted with his line of work. I just never thought his luck would run out. For the thrill, of course. He was quite clear that he felt more in his element climbing through a window rather than hunched over a dusty tome. Yes, quite an amusing anecdote, actually. I caught him trying to break into my laboratory. I was about to show him the error of his ways when He made a curiously astute comment about my research notes. I was astounded, and in turn it led to a conversation. Who would have imagined it would lead to such a strong friendship? Calcelmo is stubborn as a mule. Be careful when you speak to him.